Alright, so in the last video we did some explanation or explaining, and now we're going to apply the knowledge, not to sketching the graph but answering questions from functions that are written in the form ax plus h squared plus k. Alright, so recall that I said that the equation of the axis of symmetry is x equal negative h. So that is the equation for the axis of symmetry. But before we do that, let's answer part A. Well, the first part of the question, which is express the function in the form. And this is a question that we would have already done, but I'll just go through it quickly. So let me write down the function. Alright, so the first thing that we're supposed to do is to factor out the coefficient of x squared out of the first two terms, right? So we're factoring out 2x squared divided by 2 leaves x squared, and we also divide 5x by 2. And that would give us 2.5x. And the next thing to do is to write back our A, bring our square outside. You can write back the last string. So the square is now outside, so we have x inside. And we have to half this middle term again. And we do not write the x. So half of 2.5 is 1.25. And we subtract a multiplied by, so that's the 2 at the front, multiplied by the constant in the bracket squared. So multiplied by 1.25 squared. And simplify to get our final answer, which is 2 open bracket x plus 1.25 squared minus 7.125. So now we have our function in the form, and we know that that's our a, that's our h, and this is our k. So part A of the question says state the equation of the axis of symmetry. And we said the equation of the axis of symmetry is x equal negative h. So what is h? Right, h is 1.25. So our equation of axis of symmetry then is gonna be x equal negative h, and h is positive 1.25, so it's gonna be negative 1.25. And that's the answer for the equation of the axis of symmetry. Part B says to state the coordinate of the minimum point. What is the coordinate of the minimum point? And we said, and the coordinate of the minimum point is the same as the turning point. And we said the turning point was negative h. Okay. Which means that the coordinate for our turning point is negative h, and negative h is negative 1.25. Comma, k, and k is negative 7.125. Alright, so negative hk is negative 1.25, negative 7.125. Part C says to sketch the graph of the function, and on the graph you should show the minimum point and the axis of symmetry. It is a sketch, it doesn't need to be exact, you just need to show what they ask for. So draw your two axes, and they say negative 1.25. Alright, so from this graph we should realize that the minimum point is right down here. Alright, it's right here. So what we're going to do, because it is what we're going to do, because it is a sketch, remember that this represents x, the first value, the h represents x, and the k is actually y. So all you need to do after you sketch it is to write in the numbers. It's a sketch, so you don't need to be accurate. So negative 1.25 would go right there, and right here would be negative 7.15. Now they said that we should show the axis of symmetry, right? And I said that the axis of symmetry is the line that cuts the curve in a half. So you would want to draw a straight line through 1.25, and that would be an axis of symmetry. On the line you would write x equal negative 1.25, and that would have answered part 1 of the question.